Hey everybody, Burt Copeland here with New Life CFO Services. Today I had the unique privilege of being at a mastermind group with a bunch of entrepreneurs that were on fire. It was a great experience. And one of the questions that came up that I really wanted to share with you is many were asking, what's really the difference between my controller versus a CFO, and what should I be getting out of a CFO that I just don't get out of my controller? So to answer that question, let's first start off by talking about your controller. A controller's job at its heart is really a manufacturing job. Now, I know that may sound weird, but think about it for a second. Within their realm of responsibilities, the main thing that they do, the culmination of their month's work, is to produce one thing, and that is monthly to produce your financial statements. Yes, that means that they're managing the transactions, the controls, putting things into the right buckets, reconciling all your accounts. But at the end of the day, when all that work is done, that's a part of manufacturing great financials. And when we're done with that and they hand you your financials on the 15th or whatever day they do that, they typically will go right back into a cleanup process to make sure that next month's closing process goes smoother, better for you and the rest of the team. Perhaps they'll do a research project about variances that occurred in this month's activity that raised questions about what's going on. Or they may just simply be filing the reports to government entities, your state, the federal government, payroll taxes, things of that nature, as are required on an ongoing basis. As soon as those things are done, though, they're back into production mode to produce, yet again, next month's financials. A CFO's job is very different. A CFO's job is really focused on the future, while the controller is making sure that the past is properly recorded and clean. The CFO is really a user of that information to take the company into a prosperous future. Now that could be preparing projections, cash flow management, and helping to design benchmarks and metrics so everybody understands the interrelationships of behaviors and financial outcomes. Speaking of that, one of the most interesting things that a really great CFO will do, that CFO is really your Chief Financial Education Officer. So by that, they're really there to help everybody understand how their jobs, how their job within their job, how their behaviors and decisions affect the numbers. And if your CFO is really good about that, then they are going to really work with your entire team so that your entire team is producing better numbers and not just the CFO and not just the CEO. That's a really important role. And of course, in addition to that, your CFO is going to be out there looking for better financial structure, working with your banks to get an increased line, or perhaps new sources of financing altogether and raising capital. Those are not things that are done by a controller. And again, so the easiest way to think about it is your controller is going to be dealing with the past, and your CFO is going to be helping to create a new future. I hope that was helpful. It led to a great conversation today. And other than that, you have a great day, and see you later.